Pero I respectfully and humbly nominate Chiz Escudero as Senate President.
Congratulations, Senator Chiz Escudero.
I, Joseph G. Escudero, elected
President of the Senate.
President of the Senate.
And so today, Madam President, I tender my resignation because the greater cause outweighs my personal interest.
I'd like to manifest that I'm also resigning as chairperson of the Committee on Accounts and Tourism and Ethics.
I'd like to also tender my resignation as the chairperson of the Committee on Finance, the chairperson of the Committee on Youth, and the chairperson of the Subcommittee on Constitutional Amendments.
Resign, of course, to give the new leadership a free hand in reorganizing the Senate leadership.
Mr. President, my esteemed colleagues, I rise on a matter of collective and personal privilege. I've always said that I serve at the pleasure of my colleagues, and I thank them for entrusting me with the monumental responsibility of leading the Senate over the past 2 years. It has been my greatest honor of my life as a public servant and the greatest challenge. Never could I have imagined as a neophyte senator learning the ropes from some of the best luminaries of the Senate in Senate history, such as Ed Angara, Joker Arroyo, Miriam Defensor Santiago, Juan Ponce Enrile, Frank Drilon, and many others, that I would one day bear the blessing and burden of the Senate presidency itself. I have given this job my all. Not only have I maintained my untarnished record as a public servant and my streak of perfect attendance since 1998, but I have also done my best to rise to the occasion as a leader responsible for this entire institution and everyone under its care. Today, I look back on these 2 years with immense pride on what the Senate has accomplished and stood for under my leadership. To Bato de la Rosa, who stuck it out with me till the very end. Sir, I salute you, sir. To the others, my dear friends. And upon stepping down, I vow to serve as an independent member of the Senate. My allegiance as ever belonging only to the Filipino people. I leave with my head held high, knowing that I did what is right for the Senate and for the nation. I wish our new leadership the very best, and I pray that they will be steadfast in upholding the independence of this beloved institution. I will remain vigilant to make sure that the traditions and the rules of the Senate will remain steadfast. Once again, maraming salamat po. Mabuhay ang Senado, mabuhay ang Republika ng Pilipinas.
Thank you very much, Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri, for your heartfelt speech. We are grateful for your service to the institution. Thank you for your service to the nation. Thank you for a job well done, Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri.
President Zubiri, maraming salamat. We are all we all have gratitude in our heart for the service that you've given. Siguro we can give him a hand. I know it's against the rules, pero we have a very passionate leader. We have a very passionate leader. But we also have a very prepared leader kung magkakaisa tayo at sana po'y magkaisa tayo. So, Madam Senate President, Madam Chair, may I, with all humility but with pride, nominate someone I respect, I admire, and look forward to. I look forward to him being our leader, and I look forward that I will be able to contribute and do my part. May I respectfully and humbly nominate Francis Chiz Escudero as Senate President this afternoon. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. We take note of your nomination of Senate President Francis Chiz Escudero. May I hear from the Deputy Majority Leader, Mark Villar? Yes, may I hear the motion of the Acting Majority Leader?
I move to recognize Senator Jingo Estrada.
Can you please speak louder?
Sorry, I move to
Yes.
recognize Senator Jingo Estrada.
Oh, is that another motion for nomination?
I move that we close the period of nomination, Madam
Yes.
President.
We take note of the nomination. Thank you. And the period of nomination for the Senate President is now closed. Hearing no objection, hearing none, the motion for nomination of the Senate President of the Philippine Senate is now closed. May we hear a motion from the Acting Majority Leader, Senator Mark Villar?
With the permission of Senator Villar, since there are no objections and there's only one candidate, I move that we elect Senator Escudero by acclamation and that the chair bang the gavel, symboling that we elect Senator Escudero as our new Senate President. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any objections? Hearing none. The election of Senate President Francis Chiz Escudero is hereby recognized. Congratulations, Senator Francis Chiz Escudero.
Madam Chair, may I ask for a minute suspension so that we can prepare, and Senator Escudero, may we ask and request Senator Escudero to take his oath as Senate President.
Session is suspended. Just to remind the body, this representation has not yet tendered her resignation unless you want to keep me, but I have a prepared resignation as well. So I intend to go down and deliver my resignation as well, unless you want to keep me here. May we ask the Senate President, Francis Chiz Escudero, and his family to ascend to the rostrum to take his oath, and may we recognize the Benjamin of the House, the youngest member, Senator Mark Villar, to administer the oath.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
Francis Joseph G. Escudero,
Having been elected President of the Senate,
President of the Senate,
do hereby solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability
do hereby solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability
the duties of my present position and of all others I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines.
the duties of my present position and of all others I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines.
That I will obey the laws and legal orders and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities.
That I will obey the laws, the legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities and maintain true faith and allegiance to the Republic of the Philippines.
And that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God. Assistant Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, I move that we proceed to the election of the Senate President pro tempore.
There is a motion. Hearing no objection, same is hereby approved.
Mr. President, is there any nomination? No nominations. No. Okay. No nomination. Mr. President, since there are no more nominations, I move that we close the nominations. Yeah. And okay. Mr. President, pursuant to Rule 2, Section 2 of the Rules of the Senate, there being no other candidate for Senate President pro tempore, I move that we unanimously elect Senator Jinggoy Estrada by acclamation.
There is a motion. Hearing no objection, same is hereby approved. Congratulations, Senator Jinggoy, and may I invite Senator Jinggoy to ascend the rostrum to take his oath.
Move that we elect Senator Francis Tolentino as the chairman of Rules and thereby the majority floor leader.
Is there any objection? Chair hears none. The same is hereby approved. Senator Francis Tolentino is the chairman of the Committee on Rules and our majority floor leader. May I ask Senator Tolentino to kindly ascend to the rostrum to take his oath, and if he has any family member to kindly accompany him.
At this juncture, and with the election of a new Senate President, I move that we adopt a resolution informing the President of the Philippines and the House of Representatives that the Senate leadership has been reorganized and has elected the Honorable Francis Chiz G. Escudero as its Senate President. I so move, Mr. President.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the same is approved.
Mr. President, in view of the resignation of the chairman of the Committee on Accounts and the vacancy thereof, there is now a need to elect a new chairman for the said committee, and I move that we elect the Honorable Alan Peter Cayetano as the new chairman of the Committee on Accounts. Mr. President.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, Senator Cayetano is elected chairman of the Committee on Accounts.